I had been covering a lot of natural disasters. Specifically, I had covered the tsunami extensively. I had covered the Kosi floods in Bihar extensively, and I had covered the J&K earthquake. So I had a lot of experience about how to deal with natural disasters. And I also knew that when a natural disaster comes, government is also hit. I mean, their people also face a lot of challenges. They are also hit because of the natural disaster. People, of course, are affected. So there is a huge, tremendous lack of capacity to deal with a disaster. So it takes time. So moment this lockdown was declared, I knew that there would be a lot of challenges, and this is unlike any other natural disaster because in other cases, people who are not terribly affected, at least they start volunteering and they want to help. Like whether it is the tsunami, people who were not affected started helping people who were affected. Same with the earthquake or the Kosi floods. But in this case, even though we desperately need people, we actually don't want them to come out because moment they come out, you defeat the purpose of a lockdown. So it had to be a very specialized kind of a integration. Two, many times when a major relief operation is being planned, there are a lot of agencies on ground, but they don't have any intelligence on what needs to be done. Sometimes they end up duplicating efforts, sometimes they end up triplicating it, or in some cases they start working at cross purposes. So I said that we need to have an integrated center where all the key agencies will start working together. As a result, information flow will become much smoother, plus it will become a scalable model. So therefore, if the problem becomes bigger, we can immediately scale it. It's also modular, so if we have to take it up and fit it somewhere else, we can immediately fit it there. So that was the basic idea of the command center, integrated command center, where different agencies with clearly defined roles will come together and start working as one team. If you ask me, the role played by Gurgaon police is superlative. They immediately understood what we were talking about. They put a dedicated team of constables together. They have provided us infrastructure. They have been helpful in putting together a fleet of relief vehicles. They have pulled in a lot of favors to also ensure that we have a lot of donation. Then there is a group called Feed India, which has been giving us tons and tons of material. The resident welfare associations have come together as one community and they have been donating a lot of rations and cooked food, etc. So the fact that people, organizations, government could come together and start looking at every possible means to help each other despite their own limitations has been the biggest strength of this operation. Infrastructure is always in limit because you're also looking at a massive group of people you have to help out on a day-to-day basis. So your resources never match up entirely to the scope of the problem. Like I'll give you an example. When we first started out the first day, we didn't have dedicated helplines or phone numbers to start calling up people. So I reached out to a friend in Airtel, and hats off to Airtel, within 24 hours they gave us 2 helplines with 2000 minutes of calling absolutely free for 3 months with an internet connection. So suddenly communication, which is a key part of any disaster management response, was now functional. Within 24 hours they set it up for us. So that's the kind of help that challenges you have to face. The command center has now been recognized as a very good model, not only by the district administration but also the state government of Haryana, and they have also pushed it out to other states. I have already started getting requests for some more explanations from other district administrations. The fact of the matter is Gurgaon should be very proud that they managed to create an integrated command center which can now become a model for everyone.